Hello, and thank you so much for joining us again, patrons. For the first time ever, we are recording this bonus patch as a video as well, hopefully to release on YouTube for all of you as some additional content. But for the moment, let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. Josh, just to follow up on our conversation in the extended full episode patch.
Fucking idiot. Forgot how to talk.
Josh, Dion, Dion, Josh. I wanted to raise something with you, Dion, that I thought was an amazing thing to hear Josh tell me.
Yep.
And I just need some kind of confirmation that it's absurd.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's absurd.
So we were cooking a meal and I said to Josh, do you think it needs any more salt and pepper? Mm-hmm. And Josh...
Just got a shug from Josh then, by the way, for those people listening.
Josh responded, how am I supposed to know? And I said, because you're a human being and you know when something needs salt. Great. To which you responded, Josh.
No, I don't.
I don't know when something needs salt.
Oh my God. I know what pepper tastes like and I kind of know what salt tastes like, but to say this needs more salt, I don't know when that occurs.
Do you know what? Before we crack into this, just thinking about it now, it's the first time I've heard this. I'm kind of going to say that I think I might get what Josh is saying. Josh, are you saying that salt is such an adaptable thing that when you add it to a butter chicken or you add it to a steak, it's very the taste enhancement is very different from food to food. Is that right?
Well, it's more so that if you gave me something without much salt in it and then you added salt, I'd go, yeah, all right. But I wouldn't be like,
what do you mean?
Hang on.
It's the all right that I take issue with.
Yeah, all right.
Something without salt and then something with salt, huge flavor difference.
I can't. My thing is that when it says it's lacking this or it doesn't have this, I would never come to that conclusion myself. I will never taste a thing and go, wow, this could definitely use some salt.
I can understand if you go, so sometimes when I'm cooking, I'll go, okay, this really needs a bit of citrus in there. You know, that kind of acidic
That's never happening to me.
I know, and I know that. But salt, you know, you've had Vegemite on toast, you know, salty.
Come on, mate.
You've had toast without Vegemite.
Vegemite toast, that's a shocking example. What about eggs? Eggs is a great example, Josh.
How is eggs a better example of salt?
Because
Christians,
Vegemite with toast.
You're doing different things. Christians trying to say, Josh, you know what salt tastes like.
Yes.
That's not my point. The point is, I will not taste something and taste a lack of anything else. I just accept life as it is presented to me and go, that's what that thing tastes like. Oh, well.
This is just groundbreaking. Like, if you didn't think you knew Josh like really well after 2.5 years, this has blown it all out of the water. Like, because it goes back to a patch where we talked about, Josh, where we were in Vietnam and it was that discussion about how whether you enjoy food. Do you need to get your taste buds checked? I don't reckon you got any taste buds.
No. I can taste things, but I'm not thinking about it in those terms. I'm like, oh yeah, gotta eat, bit hungry.
Christian, you've been living with Josh now for a couple of months. For me, if someone doesn't have that feeling of taste, they have to be a shit cook.
No, see, I think that Josh, and I reckon that he doesn't want us to know that he knows what salt is. You like to play this character, but you know very well because, and I'm gonna say in the last couple of years, there's been a big evolution in your eating habits and your discrimination between salty, non-salty. Because I've seen once, sorry, Josh, I remember when you said that I'd cook up a big pasta and I'd eat that for the entire week. For 5 days straight, you'd eat the same meal because it was efficient. Right?
Yep.
Would you do that now?
Yeah, if I lived by myself again.
Would you add any salt to it?
If I was just cooking for myself and no one else had anything to do with it. Because other people can't handle that, man. Other people can't handle the same meal for 5 days. I can, but Christian, to your point, I can taste salt. I can taste pepper, but I arbitrarily add them into things because that's what you add into things. Yeah. Oh, just put a grind of pepper on that. Put a bit of salt in there. I'm not thinking.
This is like a branch of being a sociopath. This is
I don't
a sociopath.
Like,
You're a sociopath.
Christian, I get, but Dion, are you like, you'll be cooking something and then you go, it needs more X.
Yes.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
You can.
I can't.
I reckon you can, but you just don't know it.
The closest I've come is when when I used to do my big bolognese and I go, not as tomatoey as I would have liked. That's about the extent of it.
So how do you fix that?
The next time I put more tomatoes in.
Wait. Josh, let's go to the eggs.
That's it.
Let's go to eggs. What sort of eggs do you like? What sort of eggs do you cook in the morning? Scrambled. Do you like scrambled?
I'm great at scrambled eggs.
Great.
I'm really good at scrambled eggs.
Do you ever add salt to the scrambled eggs?
Yes. I told you I always add that shit because that's what everyone does.
But have you ever not added the salt?
Probably. And I didn't go, wish this had salt in it.
Really?
It's just a weird thing, okay? I don't assess the food that I'm eating, determining if it needs more thing or less of another thing. I just make it off the recipe and chuck it in, and then that's what it is. And I just go, yep, that's what it was. That's what it tastes like. I'm never having a meal and being like, oh wow, I reckon if I tweaked this and maybe added some of this, I'd enjoy that way more.
So would you say that you predominantly cook from recipe rather than freehand?
Yeah, for sure.
That might be where it is. That might be where it is because I have, for a very long time, I've tried to not cook with recipes. And I think that kind of sense of a bit of this, a bit of that, whoops, too much of this thing has made it taste bad.
Yeah, I'm all off the recipe the whole time. So
Interesting.
Never freestyle cooking is not for me at all. What about you, Dion?
Freestyle cooking. I don't know. I sometimes blend recipes together. And so I feel like that's a form of the 4x100 medley.
Yeah. Meat pie, jelly.
Yes. But yeah, I'm just trying to think in terms of what I do. Yeah, find a recipe. No, I pretty much follow recipes, but fish is the exception. With fish, it's a free-for-all. I never have to look up a recipe for fish. I am the fish king. I'm so good at cooking fish because all you need, and it also goes for like some Japanese foods and stuff. You only need 4 or 5 ingredients. That's it, and you can make anything. So, for instance, my grilled barbecue chicken is incredible, but I know that it's just like, what do I put in it?
Olive oil,
chicken. Olive oil, soy sauce, oyster sauce. Hang on, I'm not finished. Garlic oil. Go on.
It's cooking show now. I was going to say, do you reckon anyone is capable of getting to the point where they're like, yeah, I will just make up a recipe based on the food that I have? I know I could put these things together. Is that capable of everyone, or is that just like...
Christian, what do you think? Is that a question you'd like to answer? Maybe one of the, you could bring out one of the recipe books or one of the chefs that created them.
I am mindful of intimidating Josh to say, oh, we can all do it and you can't, because I think it's within your grasp. But yes, Josh, given a mystery box, I think I'd be able to look at the ingredients and go,
bag.
Yeah, this could probably make this. That's what they do on MasterChef. It's like a test.
Well, that's what Aristos used to do.
Well.
Who's Aristos?
Aristos, the surprise chef? I think it was surprise chef. And he'd catch you in the supermarket.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
Oh, what do you got in your supermarket? Let's look through your trolley. Oh, I'm going to make some food with this.
Yeah, bring me home. Aristos, please.
I don't have anywhere to live. Could I crash here tonight?
So Josh, you're always following a recipe then. And do you ever, like, are you really to the T, like everything, like every single measurement, you're like...
I do, but I kind of try to not care as much because in the long run, when it comes out on the other side, I don't think it matters as much as I think it does.
Nah, it's an indication that if you need 2 tablespoons of something, it's kind of like around 2 tablespoons. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Do you with a tablespoon measure use a tablespoon, or will you go with the actual tablespoon measurement?
No, because I'm always so surprised how big a tablespoon is.
Yeah.
And how little a teaspoon is.
And is there such a thing as an ordinary tablespoon and an ordinary teaspoon that is standardized? That's not like a measuring one, but one you just use to eat?
The king's tablespoon.
Yeah.
Wait,
No, I don't know.
Wait, Josh, what are you asking?
So you know how you've got the measuring ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there an actual teaspoon and an actual tablespoon that exists as normal cutlery that is that size?
Incredible question.
Is.
That's an incredible question. Are you going to ask the same about like a cup of like 250 mils? Is there an actual teacup where you can put 250 mils of tea in it?
There should be.
Yeah,
Okay,
most.
this is 1 cup. No, is there or not? You guys don't know. You're making fun of me.
I
but
was
these things
thinking,
became standard for a reason.
I thought it was like, you know how the measurement for 1 foot it was the distance of the king's foot in ancient Spain or whatever it was. You know how they
foot? It was a Bigfoot.
Bigfoot's foot. Yeah. No. It was like a Spanish foot. 1 Spanish foot.
1 Spanish foot.
Christian, what was a yard?
What was a yard?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I only know the Spaniard measurements.
No, but what was a yard? What else is there? There's pounds and there's I don't know what any of that
Is it a
stuff.
furlong?
A furlong. Christian, you know what a furlong is?
What a silly measurement. Is that something to do with horses?
I think it is.
It's a part of, I think it was used in races. Now we're just discussing different lengths and distances. Very strange.
Well,
but I still think that there must have been the standard ones that at the time they went, this is the tablespoon, this is the teaspoon. And I think the tablespoon, that must have been huge, right? Must have been really deep and really massive.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not that deep and massive. You're making it sound like it's a cup.
Do you reckon back in the day, people had bigger mouths to fit bigger spoons, bigger tablespoons?
Do you think the tablespoon measurement has changed over time?
No, I'm saying that they were using their ordinary spoons back in the day, that now we use weird measuring ones.
Yeah, it started with spoons the size of tables.
Do you guys only use soup spoons for soup?
Soup spoon?
Soup spoon is my favorite. My favorite spoon, soup spoon. I will use it for every spoon. Other spoons are not shallow enough. Sorry, they're too shallow.
Yeah,
are you talking about Chinese soup spoon?
No. I would have said Chinese soup spoon.
Then what soup spoon are you talking about? Ladle?
Wait, no. Do you know what? Do you know what a soup spoon is, Christian? If you
I can imagine like quite a deep spoon.
And very round, very round.
It's not deep, is it? It's round. The key part of it is round, not deep.
Deep spoon sounds like a spy from the 80s.
It was a big plot to kill someone. Yeah, deep spoon
with soup.
But I will always go the soup spoon. Similarly, do you have different caliber of forks, or are all forks the same?
Oh,
I think that all forks are pretty similar. The thing that like knives are the big one, right? And like I would love to see both of your favorite knives, because I think I might have mentioned this before. When you pull out an ordinary knife from the drawer, I hate when it's not serrated. Why? Just get rid of all the butter knives. You know what? You can use a serrated knife for butter.
No, I hate
that.
I hate that.
Dion.
Whenever I see someone using a non-butter knife in butter, it kills me.
Why?
Because you're like slicing through the butter instead of like scooping it up.
Yeah. Have you ever used a real butter knife though, Josh? Like those fat
really
head
fat,
ones.
Flat. Yeah.
Oh boy. My grandmother pulled one out once because she always, for some reason, leaves her butter out of the fridge. And when you go over, it's just like, it's soppy. It's like a liquid.
Wait, she never refrigerates it?
Nah. And she just gives you this big butter knife and it just drips onto the bread. It's unbelievable.
So you don't even need a knife. You need a soup spoon.
Pour it on.
ladle out the bloody butter.
So thank you. I think it's a great time to wrap it up and say thank you again to all of our beautiful patrons for being with us on this journey and for supporting us. Let us know whether you like watching these as well. I mean, it's not very hard for us to record. We just click record on the video camera. Dion?
I mean, yeah, Josh needs to change his top or do his hair, and Christian, you need to change your top as well. But yeah, no, it's not hard to do. I just wanted to mention as well, thank you so much to the patrons who showed up to our monthly Zoom meeting, I guess it was. It was really, really, really fun. There was a lovely, lovely vibe. Everyone had their mics on, cameras on, clothes off. It was great.
Yeah.
We'll be doing another one towards the end of the month. So yeah, would love to see you there. It was so much fun. Got to know you all. You got to ask us extremely personal questions as well, which we answered. But yeah, thanks so much for supporting us on Patreon. It means a lot to us. You know that already. You've heard this before. But yeah, thank you so much. And we'll see you in the next patch.